Well, summer is the perfect time to enjoy barbecue, but when the weather isn't cooperating, it's good to have options.
Sure is. We are cooking up a storm today with Jacob Dickey. Okay, so are you a big barbecue fan?
I love barbecue.
I do
too. I love barbecue.
I love barbecue.
Now, there's all different kinds. There's Kansas City barbecue. There's Carolina barbecue. There's your Texas barbecue. Do you have a specific type?
Ooh,
I
think I know.
I like Hickory River.
Okay, yes, just like the sweet barbecue, like classic. That's what I like.
They've got good.
Just a little plug for them. Sorry, not an ad. Hashtag. Okay, how do we make barbecue like that, though?
So this one's going to be a Kansas City recipe. Kansas City barbecue is a little more smoky, whereas your Carolina barbecue is a little more vinegary.
Ooh.
So a little more sour. We're not doing the sour style. We're doing the smoky type, which is the Kansas City here.
Okay.
And I'll tell you the other thing is I love cooking in a crock pot. Because
shocking.
Right, yeah.
But I do too. So
yeah.
So
and the other thing too is I'm so busy with the weather for my watch. Oh, Siri's just telling me about Kansas City barbecue there. My work these days with all the weather and the rain, I don't have time to even grill it. And then when I'm off, it's 150 degrees, and I don't want to stand by a hot grill. So we're going to do a crock pot recipe here, and we've got a nice big old pork shoulder right here. One thing about this is there's a bone in half of it, so you can see right in there. There's my bone, and then this is all meat right here. When you cook it in the crock pot, that bone will slip right out, and you'll be ready to go with it. So I've got this prepped right here. What we're going to do is we're actually going to start with some garlic in it, because garlic is my favorite. I love garlic. And you can, if you want to cheat, you can use that minced garlic and just rub it on top. But I'm actually going to slice a few little spots in there, and we're just going to slip some garlic on inside. So it's going to give it some, almost like teeth. Did you see the Jurassic Park movie? No? No? I don't know. Does it kind of look like teeth a little bit there?
Maybe this has Halloween vibes.
Yeah, something. This garlic, when it cooks in there in that crock pot, nice slow and slow for 6 hours, it's just going to break down and be real nice and mushy, and then it mixes really well when you start shredding that in there. So you get the idea here. I won't bore you by putting all 10 pieces in there, but we get the idea. So
is that how many you will put? 10?
I'll put about 10, 12 pieces in there. It depends on the size. Usually you get these about 4 pounds or so. If it's a little bigger, you can put more. If you like garlic more, you can put more in there too. Got this nice, pretend it's covered in all the cloves in there, of garlic that are in there. And of course I slice those cloves in about 2 or 3 pieces per
When does the barbecue part come in now?
Right now, actually. We're going to jump to it. So, nice thing about barbecue, I love a good dry rub on there.
Yes,
this is an easy dry rub. Brown sugar base gives you the sweetness. Paprika helps add to the smokiness. And then I've got salt and pepper in there. And that's my base. And so you can see me kind of mixing it up there. The great thing about this is you'll set this in the crock pot. I'm going to leave it out for now so we can just see what it looks like. But I'm literally going to pat that onto, and I want it covered. And if I need to, I can add some more paprika in there. I'll have the ratio online, and we're just going to cover this with a nice layer of that brown sugar rub in there, and it'll be delicious. So
does it stay as like a dry rub texture?
It actually is
like
going to caramelize and melt into the juices. There's a lot of fat in pork and a lot of fat in this, and so those juices will pick up that flavor. You can really help add a lot of flavor with that fat, because fat is flavor.
That's right.
Phrases, right? And so that flavor is going to add in there really well. One thing we'll do is in the crock pot, this is where we get our smoky flavor. Can you say that word?
A little Worcestershire.
Worcester. I call it Worcester sauce. I don't know. Because it's in Massachusetts, it looks like that, but it's pronounced Worcester. I don't know, something like that.
Interesting.
You can say whatever you want. This is the good sauce here that adds a lot of smoky flavor to it. We're going to cover this in the crock pot. I'm not going to do it here on the table because I'll make a mess.
Right.
But you would cover this with Worcester sauce all over so it's nice and soaked in. That's also going to help that brown sugar stay on.
Now, are you just putting that dry rub on the top, or are you going to do it all
You can pat it on the sides, too. It'll fall off more.
I mean, I didn't know if you were just doing it for TV, or if you actually you do it all over, you flip it over. Stop it. You're such a little turkey.
We're getting it all in there, yeah. So you can cover it there. The nice thing is when it's in the crock pot, the juices that will come out of the pork, that fat will melt essentially, and that will also soak in those juices, so you're going to get all that flavor mixed around anyway. So on top's pretty good, but if you want to slap it on the side, no one's going to stop you.
Okay, now how long will this have to cook in a crock pot? Because that's pretty big. I would think it's going to take a while.
It is. We want it to go low and slow for about 4 to 6 hours. Maybe a little bit longer if you need to. Mine, I needed a little more to make sure it was tender enough to shred.
And to pull that bone out.
Yeah, the bone slid right out for me, but the deepest part in there, that middle section, probably could use another hour or so, maybe more 5 to 7. This is a little bit bigger. I think this is more closer to a 5-pound one. So the good news, start it in the morning before you go to work. Leave it, come home from work, and then you can just shred it, which we're going to half demonstrate when we come back in a little bit.
Okay.
And then we're going to sample it too, right?
Of course we are.
I hope you love this one. Yeah,
Well, you do have to make up for that cucumber applesauce.
she wouldn't have.
Cucumber applesauce.
Right.
She wouldn't.
Okay, stick around. We will have the big reveal and the shredding of the pork here in just a little bit. You can connect with Jacob on his Facebook page where he shares lots of fun stuff.